Yeah, so my two favorite parts, and sorry if I'm picking the two that you're going to pick, and then you get nothing, but that's the way it works. I'm the first. I am the decider. So the first one was when Orion was walking through the path on the way to the temple, which turned out not to be a temple, and just hit every single wrong stone that you could possibly hit, and then just kept getting hit with those darts.
And he would just sort of mutter something about the right side and step out onto the right side stone.
All right, excellent. You hear a sound like a shunk sound, and then the next you feel is the poisonous dart as it enters the right side of your body.
Orion would sigh again, sort of a tired, long-suffering sigh, and then he would stay on the right side and advance another stone.
All right, so you move on to an unmarked stone because it's marked, unmarked, marked, unmarked, and again you hear this shunk sound, and just the look on Givler's face every time he hit it, it's like, here we go again. That was my favorite, just because none of it was planned again, and I thought, okay, they'll probably the first two they'll probably fumble their way through, and then the third one no one's going to get it because it's that kind of puzzle that's like you would need to work together, and they didn't know. But also, they just completely bypassed the clue that he got when he was, I forgot what it was perception or something else, and then he or detect magic, and then there's this sign there that had this clue. They didn't even read it. They just went straight through without actually saying, because the sign would have said basically go to your left, then go to your right, then do both, that's the answer to the puzzle. If you do that, you all survive. Didn't even look at it. I thought surely they would do that. Anyway, that's my first. I'll save my second one though. But if you've got one you want to go with.
No, okay, so my favorite moment. So first of all, like Givler, who was an amazing, like such a good sport about everything, but I don't know Givler very well. I met him once at a random conference and just said, "You're gonna play D&D with us," and he was just, "I'm in. We'll go play D&D together, yay!" And it was just one of those moments. And then, but Martha, I've known for years, and in fact, a lot of my book success, my author success, is I can attribute to Martha because she's immensely more successful than what I am, and which is to say something, because obviously I do okay. But when I was starting out, I met Martha at a conference as well, right? So you meet everyone at conferences. And I started talking to her about my books and what I wanted to do and blah, blah, blah. And she just looked at me and said, "Well, what do you want?" And I answered her very honestly. I said, "I want to be you." And I meant career-wise. I wasn't. Yeah. And she, and then she kind of just walked away. And she says, apparently, as she was walking away, I yelled after her and said, "I mean it. I really want to be you, Martha." I don't remember this, but we'll say.
Was there any drinking involved, or
no? I was totally sober. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning. I was high on the excitement of meeting successful authors. This was early when I think at this point I had published, I think 2 books and was selling maybe 3 copies a day. Right. And so to meet someone who was making, selling hundreds of books a day and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I want to be you.
Yeah. So believe it or not, I know that feeling, Ramy. I know that feeling.
Well, yeah. And so when I asked Martha to play, her exact response was, I've never played before, or she kind of like done, a taster game or something, but doesn't know any of the rules. And but the way she said it to me was this: "I've never played before, but if you're okay with that, I'm in." And the way she said, "and if you're okay with that," it was a threat. It was like, I'm going to throw a grenade in this, and just as long as you're prepared for that grenade, you know, I'm in. And so I said yes, of course. And sure enough, she threw in the grenade. Now, I will say I'm going to just leave what the grenade is to let people, you know, check it out on their own. Perhaps this is a bit of a taster. But the grenade was the side effects of every time she cast a spell, and specifically what it did to Andrew Gibler's character. Orion is experiencing a sensation that he being a virile and quite attractive man, has rarely felt, but he has felt it a couple times, and he believes the modern expression for this is blue balls. So, and even I could not have predicted this grenade, but it was it was quite the thing. So that's my. It's not my favorite moment, but it was like my favorite part of setting up this particular game.
It was about 50 moments, to be fair. It was a continuing theme throughout that just kept happening, and because of the nature of it, it happens every time she does magic. So it's just going to keep happening.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And she also didn't quite get the spirit of D&D. Like Givler got the spirit of D&D, where it's like, we're going to work together and solve this. But she was just pure self-preservation. She was just like, this might be a trap. Let me push him. And she just
that was hilarious as well. Yeah, the failed pushes and then the pushes that worked, and then anything she did with magic was. And I think that my second favorite moment was right at the end, with the medallion.
Yeah.
Again, could not predict. So this is the thing, ladies and gentle people, that gives you +5 to any roll. It's super important, really powerful. It's like a really clutch moment in the thing. And she feeds it to the bad guy, to the big monster that they're facing at the end. Of course, he eats it,
right?
Thinking it's another cookie,
right?
But this one has displeased him greatly. So I was thinking, I kind of get the logic, because there were cookies involved, and it's cookie shaped, but it's a medallion that gives you this amazing ability, and you're going to feed it to the enemy, maybe hoping that he chokes on it or something. I don't know. It was just so out of the blue. You couldn't write that sort of thing happening, and it ended up being amazing with the what happened at the end there. But just never would have thought that would have happened. Amazing.
Yeah. If I were to pick a second favorite moment, was when we had planned this story, we had this epic ending. Well, I had, to be fair to you, an epic ending idea behind it. And it became quite apparent that, like, Martha was not going to play along with that epic ending. That was one issue. But then, and then again, I don't want to kind of ruin it, because it's kind of funny how it all played out. But then in the end, I got my epic ending just by virtue of, like, things happened that they went down the storyline. And it's supposed to be that truly nerdy moment where, anyone who's into fantasy or urban fantasy, would be like, like that Captain Kirk moment, Captain Picard moment, when he goes, instead of saying engage, he says make it so, and oh my God, that's Kirk's line, like one of those moments where only the nerds really get it, and no one got my moment. And
is this the final moment that we said?
Yeah.
So because this is the thing. So this is going to show after the video is live. So I think we can spoil away with this.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we can spoil. So in the spirit of that, I will say as well, when you told me, I didn't get it either. And I'm a little bit ashamed at that, because it's basically the final line from the series.
Well, hold on, before you do that,
right,
I need to do like
bit of context.
The evil reaction. All right, so there you go. Right. Yes, now root away, please.
All right, so it was the final line from, or we think it was the final line anyway, from Angel.
Well, personally, I kind of want to slay the dragon.
the whole
Yeah.
I kind of want to kill a dragon, let's get to work, or something to that effect. But yeah, I didn't get it. Did you? Givler didn't get it. Martha definitely wouldn't have got it. So none of us, and I pride myself on being a little bit of a nerd, but and I've seen the whole series multiple times, did not pick up at all. So that was a bit of an Easter egg that no one picked up at all, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, it was one of those lines where I was like, so sure people of our ilk, right? Play it again, Sam. One of those lines. But no, it clear was. And fun fact, play it again, Sam is not actually in Casablanca. Nor is I don't give a damn. That was not in Gone with the Wind. These are two very famous lines that were never said. So.
And Darwin never said survival of the fittest. So there you go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was another person.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
So all of our great lines are, for us, our generation. I mean, I'm sure people who are of my son's generation, it's going to be, oh, well, Logan Paul once said, do your best. And I was like, oh.
Is that a thing that he would say? I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. I just feel very old.
What he did ask for, he's 8, and I know he's 8. Like for anyone, and he did ask me if he could drink Prime, and I just went, wow, how did the marketing get to you? So what I think we should do is follow Logan Paul and just see all of the marketing techniques that he uses, and then our channel will be a success.
Right. Well, how are our wives going to feel about?
Yeah, we'll be lonely but successful.
Well, and you heard it here first, folks. We're going to launch our drink range. We're going to call it Primer, and it's coming out soon. And we suggest drinking it first.
No, come on. We call it Natural 20. Right, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Because that's not infringing on anyone else's stuff. Yep, Natural 20. That's what we're going to do. Absolutely.
20, yeah. That's right. And then it's like
on the back of it, we'll write a little thing that says this drink will play a critical role in your journey as a drinker. Whatever. I don't know.
And then we kind of encourage our drinkers or our followers to, whenever they see someone else drinking, so for example, Prime or any of our competitive competitors, right? The energy drink, they go, oh man, look at that! Look at that NPC drinking a natural one, right? There you go.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
It's brilliant marketing. I'm sure we're going to be
100%.
a massive success. Yeah.
We're gonna go drink.
Lonely. That's where we're headed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. What was that? Just say that bit again.
Successful but lonely.
Successful but lonely. All right, that's where we're headed. That's the goal of Two Taverns. Successful but lonely.
Yeah. Do it alone. Yeah. Well, we'll have each other, which somehow makes it sadder.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super weird.
Yeah.
And on that note, goodbye, everyone.
Yeah.